Hi, I'm Claude from Wilderness Skills. In this review I'm going to talk about the Jetboil MiniMo. This small guy here weighs only 415 grams. It is 12.7 centimeters in diameter and 15.2 centimeters in height. So it's a little bit smaller than, for example, the Jetboil Flash, but it's also a little bit wider. The new thing about the Jetboil MiniMo is the regulator and the valve gives this personal cooking system a option of making your water or your food go all the way down to simmer mode. So that is just below the boiling point or even lower. Really good. It has a handle in metal, which is really nice to hold on to when the pot is hot, compared to the sip, which has a cloth handle. Also, Jetboil states that the output of the burner unit is the same all the way down to -6 degrees centigrade. So it will perform in the same way all the way down to 6 degrees centigrade. Pretty nice. The pot itself also has this cozy. It's a little bit thinner than on the Jetboil Flash, and you can actually feel this when the pot is hot. But let's look at the system itself. Starting here on the top, has a heavy-duty rubber lid. Inside the lid, there's this tripod for the butane canister. And I'm a big advocate of using this tripod. Placing the canister on top here gives the system a lot of stability, and there is nothing more annoying than when your water is boiling or your food is ready and you trip and hit the pot and everything just falls over and is out on the ground. Also, it's a good safety measure. So if the pot, or if you should hit the pot, it's pretty hard to tip over, and therefore the fire will not set anything ablaze. So use this as you can. The lid itself has 3 holes in it. There's this strainer here if you make pasta or something. Then there's a hole in the middle for the Java press. And there is a hole for drinking down here in the bottom. The burner unit comes with this small bag of cloth, so you can store the burner unit here if you don't have the butane gas canister inside also. Protects the burner unit quite well and also prevents it in rattling around in the pot. Inside the pot here I have both a butane canister and the burner unit itself. The system doesn't come with the butane, so you have to buy this separately. This is just a standard 100 gram. Here we have the burner unit itself. Has the regulator. It's a little bit bigger than on the sip, and you can also see the valve system here is a little bit different. And that's of course because of the ability to have this simmer function. It has the piezo-electric element like the sip, and you can use the pots in between them. So that's a good thing. And then you have the pot itself. It can hold up to 1 liter if you fill it right up to the brim. There's some markings on the inside. There's a 1/4 of a liter, 1/2 a liter, and 3/4 of a liter. And there is also markings with 8 fluid ounces, 16 fluid ounces, and 24 fluid ounces in here. Has the neoprene cozy, as I said before, is a little bit thinner than the one on the Flash. You can change this to other colors. Then there's this really nice metal handle where you can hold your pot, and you can take the handle off if you want, but I don't recommend that. Really nice handle. The flux rings, as you can see, is a little bit different than on the Flash because of the width of the cup. So it has a little bit different design than on the Flash, but it has the same functions, distributing the heat on the bottom of the cup. And then lastly, you have the protective cup for the flux ring system, also in heavy duty plastic. Has a three measuring points, 100, 200 and 300 milliliters, and 4, 6, 8 and 10 fluid ounces. And this one you can use this as a measuring device, or like a small bowl to eat off if you don't want to eat off your cup. But let's see if the Jetboil MiniMo can boil half a liter in 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So I'll just assemble the burner unit first. Putting on the tripod. And I'll pour half a liter. So. Jetboil suggests that you turn on your burner unit before you put the pot on, so I'll of course do that. Align the hole over the two grommets. Yes, turn it on to full power and put on the lid. I will start my stopwatch and let's see how long time this takes. Compared to the Jetboil Flash, there is no heat sensor here on the side, and well, I've gotten used to use that. I felt it was really easy and nice to just turn on the Jetboil, just look at it. I could see how hot it was. The Jetboil MiniMo doesn't have that. For me, even if it is a small thing, I find it a little bit annoying, but well, it's nothing to worry about totally, but that's just me. Again, really nice with the metal handles. I'll just fold them out. And when I'm feeling here on the cozy, I can feel it's getting more hot than it would be on the Jetboil Flash, and that's one of the downsides. But again, you have now the large metal handle which you can use instead. Now we're on 1 minute and 15 seconds, and let me just check. Yeah, starting to smoke. I'll just pull out my Jetboil Flash so you can see the difference in the MiniMo and the Flash. Oh, now we have big bubbles. 1 minute and 43 seconds. Wow. That's amazing. 1 minute and 43 seconds for half a liter of water. Jetboil also states that 100 grams of butane will boil up to 12 liters of water, and I actually tested this and I got 12 liters out of it. I mean, no doubt that's because of the bigger surface area and the flux rings are a little bit more effective on the big cup compared to the smaller cup. But I think that we should give the Jetboil Flash a chance to prove that it's just as fast as the Jetboil MiniMo. So I'll just stop my watch. And let's pour up half a liter of water here also. this. For power and start the stopwatch. So while the Jetboil Flash is starting to heat up, I'll turn up the heat again on the MiniMo, and then I'll try to show you the simmer function on this one. Oh, yeah, as you can see, quite hot with the thinner cozy. Let's see here. Yeah, as you can see, it's almost starting to heat up now. Now we have a rolling boil in the MiniMo. I'll just turn down the flames here. So now we have a like a high simmer. It's not a rolling boil, but there is still some bubbles coming up. It is the water is still boiling. I'll turn it even more down. Now the water is just boiling. Just a few bubbles coming up. And let's check here. We have a rolling boil at 1 minute and 58 seconds. And here we're just on the simmer. Really small bubbles coming up. It's not boiling anything. Really nice function. I'll just shut it the whole way down now. So, as you just saw, the Jetboil Flash is a little bit slower. I'll bet that's because of the smaller diameter of the heat area with the flux rings. And also the simmer function is really nice on the MiniMo. Here you can see the difference in the two burner units. You can see the Jetboil MiniMo here and the Jetboil Flash on this side. You can see the difference inside the valve system, giving this MiniMo the ability to have this simmer function. And you can also see the MiniMo is like a little bit lower on the burner unit itself. The inside is exactly the same with diameter wise, so you can use all Jetboil systems on the MiniMo with no problems. And here you can see the difference of the flux ring system of the layout. The MiniMo here is a little bit wider on the base here, but going down to the attachment point, it is exactly the same as the Jetboil Flash. Just to show the difference of the Jetboil Flash and the MiniMo regarding eating from it, got a standard fork here. On the Jetboil Flash, it's a little bit difficult to be able to take up the food due to the small diameter of the bowl. But on the MiniMo, it's much easier because it has the larger diameter, as you can see here. Much easier to get around down here and take off your food and eat it this way. If I should talk a little bit about my experiences with the MiniMo. Well, as a young boy, I was in the Boy Scouts, used to using either open fire or a trangia. Boiling water or making food over that took me, well, 25-30 minutes at least. With this system, we're down to less than 2 minutes for boiling water. And if I want to use it for just, simmering soup or food, it is also really nice to have this around. I really like the system compared to other systems, because the boiling time is so low, and you get 12 liters of boiling water out of 100 grams canister. What I'm not so fond about with the MiniMo is the lack of the heat indicator here, and also that the cozy is somewhat thinner than on the Jetboil. I can easily put my hands on the Jetboil. On the MiniMo, it feels a little bit hotter than on the Flash. But then again, you have the new handle here in metal. It is not hot at all. It is really nice to hold on to, and you can easily drink off the cup or pour the water into freeze-dried food or whatever you want. So bottom line is, I really like Jetboil products. They're fast, reliable, and they're cost-effective. And the amount of boiled water you can get out of just 100 grams is amazing. So Jetboil MiniMo gets my recommendations. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.